Today we are going to be learning about a brand new topic. So before we start, I want you to think about what I have on the screen. So, what makes you, you? How are you special? How are you different from your classmates and your family? How are you similar to your classmates and your family? I'd like you to hit the pause button and just kind of brainstorm a few ideas that are going to help you. Try to think about this before we get started. Alright, you should be done with your brainstorm and all your special characteristics and things that make you different. So all of those things, those special characteristics or qualities that make you, they are called traits. So these traits are personal characteristics. They are things about you, such as how you look and what you like and things you like to do. So it's what makes you special and different. There are two types of traits that we're going to be talking about today. The first one are going to be called inherited traits. These traits are traits that are given to you by mom and dad through something called genes. Genes, not the jeans that you are wearing. This is a different type of genes. If you can see, it starts with a G. These genes are DNA information that is inside of your cells. So those little things that are inside of you, and inside of those, there are special traits that are passed down through the genes called inherited traits. So these are things that come from mom and dad. What are some examples of these? Well, your eye color. So your eyes came from mom and dad. The color of your hair, your skin color, your height, your foot size, if you have a mole, a birthmark, freckles. Some people have diseases. Some people have conditions. All of these come from mom and dad. These are what's going to tell you who you got it from. So I don't get to choose my eye color. I don't get to choose my hair color or my skin color. I am born with that. So if you are born with it, it is called an inherited trait. The second type is called a learned trait or behavior traits, or sometimes known as acquired traits. These all mean the same thing. So these are traits that are not passed down from your parents, but they are things that you learn. That's why they're called a learned trait. You learn them over time from people who are around you or from your environment. So what are some examples of these? So think of mannerisms, how you act. So what are your manners like at the table? What are your manners in school? The language that you speak. You aren't born speaking a specific language. You learn it from your parents. So some people speak English, some people speak Spanish, some people speak French. They've learned it from their parents. You don't learn a new language until you learn it from somebody else. There's religion, food preferences, your music that you like and that you don't like, your favorite sports, what you learn from other things around you. Alright, so that is the end of our vocab for today. So tonight your homework is going to be these 3 questions. So tomorrow you're going to come in and I want you to just kind of summarize what we did in these 3 questions. So your first one, in your own words, what is a trait? So I want you to explain to me. Do not give me the definition that I've given you. You need to give me your own. Number 2, using a complete sentence, describe 3 inherited traits that you receive from your parents. So you need to go look at your parents and look at you, and you need to find 3 things that you have that are in common with them. So remember to look at those examples. So think of some of those examples we talked about, like eye color, skin color, hair color, things that you have. All right, and then the next one are 3 learned traits that you have acquired from those around you. All right, what are 3 things that you have learned how to do in your life? Okay, remember you are not born with them, you learn how to do it. Inherited, you are born with it. Acquired traits, you have learned them. All right, so I'll see you tomorrow with your assignment in hand, and then we're going to go over these examples and some other ones. Have a good night.